Yes, hello. I am James Rowlands, and today it's the WNR457. It's the New Year's Eve special year-end predictions. Yes, the last WNR podcast of 2022, and I'm not alone. I have a pleasure to be joined by the entire WNR. Up first by my side for every WWE and AEW show. It is, of course, the fantastic Jaxie Scarlett. How's it going?
Hello, hello. Happy New Year's, almost. Doing well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. I'm so pleased you could be here, not only for Christmas, but also for New Year's Eve as well. I'm glad that, this is an important part of your life.
Of course, we've got to start the year right, So what better way to start it than with predictions?
The year-end predictions coming up, but up next, our resident NXT expert and New Japan deity is, of course, Monty. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. Looking for Hennessy, and I'm also looking to see who's going to win Prediction League.
Well, this is it. This is what we have all been working on all throughout the year. People, you guys are probably wondering, is it worth doing the predictions? And this is what it boils down to now. Someone will be crowned the ultimate prediction king and or queen. Could be a draw of the year. We've never had a draw before. And I should say, I have won 4. And so, again, I've been here before, but Monty, it's your first time. You nervous?
Not really, but...
We're way to build up the suspense. That's it.
Shaking in my boots.
No, well, I know you wouldn't be nervous because both you and Jaxie won the WWE. I won the AEW and bonus, but... I tell you what, this next woman has been on unbeaten October, and I'm quite glad the year's actually went because last and it wouldn't be WNR podcast without me singing to Gina. So to Gina, you're breaking my heart, you're shaking my confidence daily. Everybody, come on, yeah. Oh, Gina, I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you, please don't beat me on predictions. It's Gina. How's it going?
Hi guys. We're gonna end this year on heartbreak, sadly for me. Guys, Ricky Starks has a girlfriend, and it's not me. It's not me.
Boo.
The audacity. Right. Looks like we're gonna have to sort something out here, aren't we? Come on, Monty.
Yeah,
look her up. Look this person up.
Well, we have to buy you a dartboard. Buy you a dartboard first, so you can put all your Ricky Starks. I mean, how are you coping? Are you right? This is quite shocking.
I mean, this is the most sober I've been since finding out that's true.
This is
I'm
shocking.
proud of you. I'm very proud of you. You put the alcohol down. I'm proud.
But you got to beat it, all right? There's more fish in the sea, all right?
There is.
Give it time. Be patient.
Ricky.
This is exactly how I felt when I found out that Okada had just had a newborn child. Like, how dare you?
Why not wait for me?
Right?
Well,
yes, Monty, thank you.
Yeah,
for
Monty's
pointing
helping
that fact out again for me. As if I didn't know already.
Such a depressing tone to end the year, I suppose. But
pick us up, James. Pick us up.
Well, what should I say? Should I say great response from the Christmas show? Everybody loved it. Good pods as well. We should mention we're with a pick. I don't want to, it's a team effort here, but it was my podcast. So I'm just
true.
Well, we're very grateful for that top pick by Good pod. So thank you very much.
Sure. I did get a few emails, and Jaxie, I'm not picking you in your hair at all.
No.
We haven't discussed it.
Oh no.
Can you do me a favour? People have asked. Can you say Austin Theory?
Austin Theory.
Say it again.
Why?
Just again. The people have asked.
Austin Theory.
Right, because people were saying you're saying Austin, but this is what I didn't understand. But people liked it, which I think is even a bit more worrying. So just
oh Lord, they're gonna loot it.
Guys, just the Castilian accent. It gets heavy sometimes. Sorry.
I mean, to be honest, pronouncing it as Austin it sounds more like an American accent coming out of me. So this is just my natural accent calling him Austin. So, like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stop doing it. You're going to send them crazy.
Oh, yeah. They're going, oh, my goodness. You just...
Okay, do you know what? I'm not
This
saying
whole
it anymore.
entire
You've had your
minute.
fill.
They're going to clip this. Like, it's over.
Okay, well, that was my New Year's present to you all.
You have made some very sad men very happy. I would say.
Some 13-year-old kid.
Hey, you
Life
never know.
is...
It could have been a woman. It could have been a woman that wanted to hear me say it. You never know.
Yeah, Dave is a woman's name nowadays.
Oh, now you did it again.
And the other thing,
Okay.
I was like, is where the Christmas cottage is, because how did we all manage to get there in one place over Christmas Day? And I'll say to everybody, it was so.
Well, wait, listen, because I got
Used
lost
as special.
directions. So don't even bother trying to
used
they'll take them to the
used a
wrong place.
special. We used a special item. It's called Stardust, and we travelled by Stardust.
There you go. So the Christmas spirit is still there. Also, people as well, get off my back about holy shit, good and bad, right? Just because I did put 2022, but I was thinking about it, and if you actually want an answer, I'm going to go Broken Dreams, because seeing Drew McIntyre come out to that Clash, I did lose my... If you don't believe me, just ask Jackson. I did go. I went. And also about...
It was exactly like me when I, was that close to Okada. You lost your shit at Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it was like 5 seconds away. If he'd won the title, the shirt would have been ripped like Hulk Hogan. Dived forward for the rest of the night. It would have been done. Also, people asking, why don't we do a referee of the year? Because referee of the year is such a big... it's difficult. It's difficult, guys. I mean, who'd be ref? I mean, there's been so many good ones. But if I was going to... Because Red Shoes...
Yeah.
Well, he's not only... we've not only seen him live, but he's wrestled his way. And... Today's show... Awesome. Yes. On today's show, we've got year-end predictions. Yes, I forced Monty, Jackson, Gina to fill these out last year. They didn't have a clue that 12 months later it would be so. We will come to that in a bit. And one thing we didn't touch on in the WNR Wars promotion of the year, I think we all kind of know which has won, but we'll just run through the promotions, if I can say that one podcast that we have done. So we're going to start with AEW quickly and just look back. And one of the big news for Tony Khan announced that he's bought Ring of Honor. And, I mean, this worked out in the end, didn't it? As I said at the time, Ring of Honor would become what NXT WWE, and I was right. I mean, Jaxie, what do you think about Ring of Honor's impact on AEW?
It's had its ups and its downs, I think, because when it was first announced, I think that there was a certain level of excitement and hype at seeing, kind of what this new roster was going to look like. There's loads of questions that were going around, especially the wrestling universe of whether or not it will be picked up already by a TV channel, whether or not they'll be kind of showcasing stuff online for the moment. There was a lot of, anticipation going into it. There's been certain matches that have come from, Ring of Honor title shots that have been on AEW that have been great. But in terms of an overall sort of independent company, it really, you kind of described it well in terms of like the WWE version of NXT, because right now we're kind of getting ROH wrestlers on AEW content every other show. It's not really kind of picking up on, like new opponents that could be, real legitimate challengers for the belts for Ring of Honor, because we're not getting a chance to see them on a regular basis. So all we're getting is sort of the big names going for the Ring of Honor titles, in order to get people interested in the product. I think going into the new year, if they really want to Ring of Honor to pick up as a promotion, they need to get a TV deal signed. They need to start sort of, having regular week in, week out shows that showcased the roster of Ring of Honor, not just having Ring of Honor wrestlers in AEW.
Whenever now it's Ring of Honor going to the weekly show now on there, I think it's like a Fight Pass that they do, but you're going to be paying $9.99 a month for Ring of Honor shows a month as it was, but no pay-per-views on there as well. Will people watch it? You know, at the moment, it's a little bit difficult, but I think Dynamite has suffered this year because, I mean, Gina, what are your thoughts? Because I know, you know, Dynamite using Destination TV, but I think it's suffered not just because of Ring of Honor, but because of a few things this year as well, like injury.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Dynamite used to be my number one show, but to be honest, I feel like, especially thanks to the Bloodline and their storyline going on at the moment, I've been more inclined to be on WWE TV than Dynamite TV. And that's, like you said, more about just everything that's happened in 2022. I mean, there were so many injuries that half of us had kind of forgotten that some of these people were signed to AEW when they came back. And I think that's also affected, you know, the pop that people get when they return as well, because we forget they've been out for so long. But not only just injuries they've been out on, there's just too many on the roster sometimes that they just don't have anything for some wrestlers to do. So they don't have storylines for, you know, a month or two on end, and then they sort of come back and clearly what it is a squash match. And it just doesn't seem to have the same impact anymore. It just feels like, okay, so this match is a jobber match, this match is a jobber match. Okay, so out of the 8 matches we've had on Dynamite tonight, only 2 of them actually counted towards the storyline, you know? And it's like, how much longer is this going to happen? Because, you know, the first year or two with AEW, it made sense. They were still trying to cement who their top stars were, trying to push stars along. But now that they're like, 3-4 years in now, it still feels like it's a noob type show because they don't seem to have stability for every match that comes out to be linked to a storyline. And although that doesn't necessarily have to happen, at the moment I find that Dynamite is suffering because of that.
When you talk about injuries like Adam Cole with a concussion couldn't be helped, the booking of Miro, you know, again, maybe something that could be looked at. Even like Sky being told there's nothing for him. You know, like you said, there's so many you could mention that are not being featured. How big the roster is as well, and kind of even people losing, like Wardlow when he won that TNT title, how hot he was compared to kind of, it might have something to do with like MJF missing the double or nothing kind of, if he was going to be there or not. But again, losing momentum, who cares? But it's a difficult one to see. But I think as well, the biggest news out of AEW this year was, of course, CM Punk as well. Not only being world champion, and of course having to vacate, or not vacate, so interim champion. Remember all that bullshit that we had? And then, of course, what he said to the Elite at the All Out Scrum. I mean, Monty, it was probably worth a risk on it. Was it worth the risk?
For signing CM Punk, I can't say it's not. I think Punk, when he was there, if you think about what he did positive, and like the storyline with MJF, some of the other stuff he was doing before everything kind of went off the rails. I thought Punk was actually doing good for them, even though I thought some of the times like they would give him way more time to speak than you would give a Thunder Rosa. I didn't like some of those decisions and stuff, but I didn't think that was really Punk's fault. You know, I thought that was on Tony. So again, I didn't think it was a bad idea. I think it improved them. It definitely gave them some legitimacy. Like the same reason why when you have Jericho on your roster, you have these names. Like for a while, they could sell the fact that they're just going to a town because they have CM Punk there. CM Punk's going to come. First time he's been in a place in 8 years, 7 years. So like, I know it did good business for him. I know they were still selling his merch and all that type of stuff. So I'm pretty sure from that retrospect, it was good. But I do think because of how negative everything kind of turned on them and how it seems like as far as, and I think AEW did a lot of good, like especially when it comes to wrestling wise this year. But it was also a lot more negative than it ever has been in AEW's lifespan. And I think some of that definitely has a lot to do with what happened with Punk. But I can't, it's hard for me to say that they should regret making the move because I know it did great business for them too.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's risk and reward. And I don't think Tony Khan realised this would happen, especially when you hear, especially like FTR, You hear about their experience with Punk and how he was really nice backstage, and, you know, kind of all this stuff.
Right.
It's that we haven't had the whole story yet. But then again, Tony Khan has got the elite, and that's what he started with, stick with. But apart from the kind of negative press AEW had, they have some great moments this year as well, where the youths have proven himself to the Blackpool Combat Club, of course, winning Regal and MJF had a promo exchange for the ages, and the Acclaimed crowned AEW's top tag team. I mean, Jaxie, the Acclaimed, at least they've had a good 2022. The feud they're going to have in start 2023 is bullshit, but at least they had a good...
Yeah, they did. I mean, you know, when you actually go back to the beginning of 2022 compared to like what the Acclaimed are now, they've grown exponentially when it comes to their mic talk, their catchphrases, just even the way they carry themselves in the ring. I really think they found their footing and found their place within AEW this year, and just, you know, winning the titles really solidified that. I've said it before, I think it was on the previous podcast actually, I have no interest in this current feud that they got going with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Like, they're kind of what I see as like the Ring of Honor guys, and they keep jobbing out to not only the Acclaimed but other tag teams, other wrestlers as well. How is this doing any good for any reputation he'll bring across to Ring of Honor once that's happened? I don't know. I don't know. The pairing of this whole trio group with Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett and the others is just really confusing and really odd to me to have been put together. And it's just not good. It's just not doing it for me. So I really hope that going into 2023, this is going to be sort of a one and done situation with this group, and we are going to actually be able to start getting some history making moments with the Acclaimed as the tag champions. But they really need to move on from this feud real quick, because I don't think anyone gives a fuck about it.
Well, I tell you one thing I want in 2023. It is Jeff Jarrett. That is JRRETT. Face champion. I think that's we all want that. Come on, now what a main event that would be for Revolution. You know,
James, are you serious right now? Fuck off.
No, he just wants you guys to end up like Impact. He wants y'all to end up like Impact. That's all this is.
He's money.
that ain't happening.
But
think about a TNT.
Yeah, cool. James, I would not be watching the show if that was the main event. So
you wait.
Help me out if Jeff Jarrett is main eventing against MJF. Like,
the
fuck,
stroke on MJF.
That is going to be one of my bonus predictions for next year, and you will all laugh at me now. And when I get the point, but in all seriousness, AEW did have a lot of changes. Have set the stall out now. Well, at least being world champion. I mean, Jackson, what are your hopes for MJF world title run and for what AEW can do? Because all of the states in 2022. What can they do?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely need to give MJF a decent run, you know? Like, there can't be no sort of, like, short title stint. They really need to kind of solidify him as the sort of master heel. I think that MJF could give us some great matches with great opponents. So it's all about the booking, I think, going into this year, to see really how well MJF's title reign will be. But it needs to be, you know, a point where we are all kind of rooting behind that one babyface, really wanting them to take the belt off MJF. So I guess going into the new year, I really am hoping for decent storytelling that will build up to eventually MJF losing the belt to someone worthy of it, you know?
About that, like I said, 2022 has been an odd year for AEW, and we hope maybe they can not right the ship as such, but like I said, a bit of consistency as well with how it is booked. And if we look back on AEW, we talk about the match of the year or matches of the year. I think one stands out for me because it wasn't really meant to be that good, and it's Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. For me, that's my AEW match of the year. Monty, what did you think of not only that match in itself, but that, I mean, for the bidding door for you, it must have been massive.
Yeah, man, it's a big deal. Because, again, you get to see a lot of people who, I think you mentioned this once before, like when you see someone and you know how good they are, but you just like, you're wondering, like, why don't the rest of the world recognize just how good Will Ospreay is? Or why don't I hear these guys that I love in New Japan name more, you know, and it's just because of access. So to see so many of my favorites get access to American television, whether it was on Rampage and it had no explanation like they did Ishii, or like they've done Shibata. Even if it was some of those times where I thought they could have done it in a better fashion, I still appreciate the fact that a lot of my favorites got a chance to showcase what makes them special to American audiences. And right there on TNT, man, and or TBS, and like on Fight TV for you guys. So, and like to make new fans, or not even just to make new fans, like you guys are great examples of, but just again to put these people on your radar so you can know more wrestling outside of your usual bubble. Because I think discovering New Japan for me really changed my life when it comes to how I view wrestling. I grew up a WWE fan for the most part, and I did watch independent shows of American promotions, Ring of Honor, from time to time. But I was mostly just kind of like into whatever WWE had going on. So when I discovered New Japan, and when I discovered some of the other like PWG and some of the great promotions in American in wrestling on the independent scene, and you start to see some of these stars that you end up seeing in WWE, or you start seeing in some of these other promotions become big stars. It's just awesome to kind of watch that maturation process. So it was cool for you guys to see Okada and see how big he is in reality compared to your favorite wrestlers or something like that. I saw people making fun of Adam Cole. Unfortunately, not the body shaming people, but the people who just was like couldn't believe how tall Okada looked compared to Adam Cole. And I'm like, well, no, he's legit 6'5" guy. But I know that because I've been watching him for 6 years. So again, it was amazing, and like you said, I can't even really put it into words any better than that. How much it meant to me to see New Japan showcased, and I hope they can do more. I hope we get Forbidden Door too. I hope they could even who knows work out things where we can get storylines that leak from Japan to AEW or from AEW to Japan. Who knows? Like, I hope the working relationship only gets better, because stuff like that is why I'm able to get Omega and Osprey on January the 4th.
Well, but it's a funny
I
thing.
mean, that's definitely something that I'm excited for as well. And I feel like with this whole Kenny versus Will Ospreay sort of feud coming up, that could be sort of the introduction to like sort of passing feuds going back and forth between New Japan and the AEW. So it's quite exciting to think about.
Well, that's the thing, Jackson, we're going to say, and especially with Gene as well. I mean, we talk about wrestling events changing people's lives. And I know people are like, well, that's a big statement. But it would be true that the Forbidden Door, literally, well, I think one of the greatest places this year is literally walking through the Forbidden Door. And it's like Narnia and finding Okada and all this kind of stuff, and then kind of seeing them only, 2 or 3 months later. The Jaxie of January and the Jaxie of December, 2 different women now.
I definitely feel like that. First and foremost, I really love how proud Monty has been of our progression and growth into sort of our entering New Japan. But I also kind of wasn't surprised. I knew I would actually be into New Japan if I started it. I just hadn't really had the time to get into it. So this G1 Classic has definitely opened up both Gina and I's sort of love for this content, and progressing it to a different promotion is just even more exciting. It's exciting to just kind of continue this because this is still relatively new for us, New Japan. So going into Wrestle Kingdom, I'm really excited. I can't wait. This is my first time watching a Wrestle Kingdom, so I'm going to be completely overwhelmed and definitely going to probably watch it drunk.
Like I said, Wrestle Kingdom is, like I said, the biggest event of the year for New Japan. I mean, Monty, you're more of an expert. Obviously, you're the deity of Japan. When was Nakamura versus AJ Styles at Wrestle? Quickly, on the spot. Put it on the spot.
I don't know why you're doing me like that, man. I want to say 10, but I could be wrong.
Really? Well, my God, that's my. So I watched that match at Wrestle Kingdom. That was the first of seeing those. But like I said, I mean, this Wrestle Kingdom, Monty, for you, we're going to be doing a review hopefully on the next episode. How big is this Wrestle Kingdom compared to the other ones we've had these past few?
Man, honestly, it's probably as big as it gets, man. They always seem to put their best into the Tokyo Dome show, but like you mentioned, with the implications with having people from AEW and people who are signed to WWE and Impact, all these people involved. pretty much. And you have the implications with what could possibly be happening with Mercedes. You have Stardom on this in this show. Like again, it's a lot of first times, a lot of things. Like this is a historic wrestling, and I think that's what makes it different. They're always just like wonderful marathons of professional wrestling, long, just like again WrestleMania, but just in its purest form of wrestling. Like WrestleMania is about entertainment. They love to do a lot of other things. You'll definitely see that this year in Hollywood. They're going to try to bring the stars out. You know how it is for WrestleMania. Wrestle Kingdom is just that. It's just that type of spectacle, but it is pure wrestling from the beginning to the end. And it's just, it's very, very, it has its own style to it. Like you mentioned, you felt, if you watched AJ and Shinsuke earlier or anything, you felt the energy in that dome when a match is going, and the fact that we're going to be able to hear fans, I think, for Wrestle Kingdom this year for the first time since the pandemic. So it's just going to be incredible. Like I said, it's going to be a historic night for many reasons. I can't wait. We have Keiji Muto coming back to New Japan somewhere. He hasn't been in a while in the ring for, and this is his last match for them. So. And already off top of what he's going to be doing with Nakamura, I think, before this. So, again, it's a whole lot of reasons to be excited. I can go all the way through the card right now, so I cannot wait for us to get this review.
Well, like I said, we're gonna follow. We had the Tag League, we had Stardom, but I think Jaxie, like I said, it is down to Monty because when you look at it, well, for me with Japanese shows, such a kind of mishmash, you're not sure what to watch. At least with Monty, he can put us in the right direction. You know what I mean? So he's like, no, these are the important ones.
I definitely feel very lucky and fortunate to have Monty there to guide us, Like you said, he's the New Japan deity.
Yeah, he really, really is. So we'll talk about New Japan a little bit more in a second. But Monty, first, this is a big question for you because you've got NXT to have a look at. So I want highlights and lowlights wrapped up in a nice maybe 3-minute burst. I know you've got it in you. So what are your thoughts of NXT? Because it's got a lot better since they got rid of...
Yes, it did. Like you said, it's kind of like you mentioned with AEW, but I think way more mixed negatively for most of the year for me, for a lot of reasons. Like you mentioned, 2.0 era, it was what it was. I kind of appreciate it because it did introduce new characters, but at the same time, I don't appreciate a lot of where they went with most of those characters. So, it's hard to not be negative. I wish I had a chance to prepare for this because I actually think I'm going to forget all types of good stuff and be overly negative. But like you mentioned, they definitely improved once they kind of dropped the 2.0. And then, like I said, even during 2.0, the focusing on the North American title scene most of the year has been top notch. I can put some of the matches that Carmelo Hayes, that was going to happen when I did this year review. I can put what Carmelo was doing up against anybody from any promotion has been doing all year, even if it is on NXT. So, Braun Breaker, like I said, I think we all know that he's the future. So, again, I think as far as like developing talent, they're on the right track. They're getting better when it comes to the quality of the television, especially when you have the New Day and the veterans, the nice mix of talent that they're starting to bring now. But I cannot ignore that most of this year was pretty painful.
Listen to NXT Update every month on the I feel your pain. I mean, I've got to do Impact, so it's not only better for me because with Impact, it infuriates you when you bring in Heath Slater or Rhino, Bully Ray, whoever.
Dreamer.
Big Con. Remember the Ascension? Big Con from the Ascension? He's come in.
Really?
It's a goodness. It's just a mess. But the women's division keeps me coming back. We talk about great talent. Jordan Grace is champion at the moment. Deanna Prazo, Tasha Steeles. He calls Mickey James at this moment in time. Masha Slamovich. Chelsea Green has been a part of the division this year. Jessica, or Havoc as she was known. You've got so many great women who are main event in Impact every week, main event in pay-per-view in great matches, but the rest is shit. And this is Impact's problem where they want to kind of be WWE. I don't know, like discarded brother. Because they're not TNA anymore. they're not. They're not
They're not.
ex-WWE. I don't know. And talk about Tommy Dreamer. He's bigger than Yokozuna, which again, I don't want to be shaming any, but that's not his gimmick. So Impact has been tough, you know. I'm about to say, Jaxie, you steer clear of Impact and NXT the majority of the year, haven't you?
Yeah. Again, it is down to time. I did watch a lot of NXT before it became 2.0. But I really just kind of I'm struggling with, kind of finding the time to juggle sort of AEW, WWE, and now New Japan as it is. So, I'll kind of check the other one or two NXT out. But when it comes to Impact, I've definitely kind of checked out,
Yeah, no, I do not blame you. No.
Yeah, I don't think I can catch up with the Impact storylines, so I'm kind of living it through you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
But Gene, I was going to ask you as well, because we talk about New Japan. What were your experiences of Forbidden Door and finding New Japan and going to see it just literally a couple of months later? The way we did it was mental.
I mean, it was mental and awesome at the same time. To be honest, like, I knew I would enjoy sort of the G1 just because of how much I've heard Monty talk about it, but just never having the time to actually commit to seeing the whole of the G1 climax all the way through from beginning to end. So getting to do that this year was really great. It got me to, sort of learn about all these different new roster of wrestlers, and then being able to have that opportunity a few months later to go and see it live was pretty much like fate, really. So I really enjoyed it, and it really opened up my eyes to just a different wrestling scene, and it was kind of like a breath of fresh air.
About that, I think New Japan is probably number one in my heart, but I say the promotion of the year probably second overall, because obviously this year there's been major changes in WWE, and none bigger than Vince McMahon retiring and Triple H taking over. Let's not forget, Triple H took a leave of absence with Stephanie before all this happened as well, so we had no idea what would go on to be, but Vince did officially retire on the 22nd of July 2020. Monty asked you this silly question: has WWE improved since Vince McMahon retired / forced away?
It is improved so much that when Vince suggested that he should just return, not only did the stocks start to fall back down, collectively people on Twitter were just saying, "Go back home, old man." That's how much better I think it's getting. Everyone, I think everyone can see that it's way better in his absence. Even if you like what Vince was doing, and I'm not gonna act like Vince was always all bad when it came to booking. He's Vince McMahon. We all understand it, but everyone for years has always been saying when it comes to booking, he's out of touch. And what we've been getting from Triple H, while it has its flaws also, we're not going to act like Triple H has been perfect. You cannot tell me the quality of WWE has not just improved leaps and bounds. I have definitely watched Raw. I've watched Raw way more and finished more episodes this year than I ever used to. And it was some rough patches with Raw and SmackDown. And even though with its flaws now on the main roster, you cannot tell me it's not way better than.
I mean, Jaxie, do you disagree?
No, I agree. I can hands down tell you I was not watching Raw on a weekly basis. And I would watch SmackDown, but it would definitely be just catch up. Before the sort of Bloodline story was actually taking place, there was not much to really take from WWE content in terms of levels of excitement or anything like that. So definitely 100% much more of a change since Triple H has taken over. And I think that speaks volumes as to, how much this change in direction needed to happen. It's just a shame that we've had to get to a point where he's only stepping out of the company because he was forced to, rather than him leaving it on good terms, because there's always going to be that controversy with that now. I have no doubt that he'll still go into the Hall of Fame and everything like that. He created the company. But, to sort of even give that to him, like really after everything that's come out from him, is gonna forever be bittersweet in different people's minds. So yeah, that's probably the biggest sort of like holy shit moment to come from WWE.
I don't think it doesn't help that he ended up like coming out, the week before he retired, just to kind of, it felt very smug and rub it in your face,
Yeah.
and
just to say the forever together now or whatever it is, what like bullshit was that? That was just Vince slapping everyone in the face and giving us a big fuck you before he left.
Yeah, but I mean, we talk about Genie Dynamite was your number one program. Has SmackDown now become it because of the improvement in the product this year?
I mean, no, AEW would have remained my number one because of Ricky Starks, but after this last revelation, he's replaced me.
Well, at least he's gonna.
If people will be wondering where you were during this pod, you are crying in the corner. I will.
Pretty much just see it as that. I'm crying in the corner by myself. But no, if you ask me today, like which show am I more invested in at this moment in time, it would be SmackDown, just because of the storylines that are going on at the moment. They just seem, I'm more invested in those storylines right now than a lot of the storylines on AEW. I think like there's only one main storyline that's capturing me at the moment on AEW, and I don't know if they'll get better sort of within the new year, creating new storylines. But right now, if you had to say choose one program, it'll probably be SmackDown.
Yeah, and I think the main reason we say SmackDown, as we've seen it this year, is the Bloodline. Bloodline going into WrestleMania 38, when Roman Reigns won the WWE title from Brock Lesnar. Not to be outdone, the Usos unified the Raw and SmackDown tag titles in a win over RK Bro on May 20th. Of course, Solo Sikoa, prick, cost Drew McIntyre that title. That fucking unbelievable. And of course, Sami Zayn.
I don't think you're ever going to get over that, James.
Never, ever. That's my holy shit bad. I had my holy shit good, and then 25 minutes later, I had my holy shit bad. That's how my year has gone. And of course, say you're gonna be.
And Clash of the Castle is still your favorite pay-per-view of the year.
It's such a British pick, isn't it? It's what one gave me the most pain. That's my show. But we did have Sami Zayn as well on a Russo. And at War Games proving the storyline has been great. I mean, Jaxie, the Bloodline storyline, I think I've said this before as well, is one of those that we're going to look back on in 10 years' time and think, fucking hell, we actually lived through it.
Yeah, definitely. This is turned from one of those ones that was really unexpectedly, like, good and gripping. And I just know that there's so many people that are completely invested in this. I, for one, I'm one of them, I can't wait to see how the story progresses. I know it's only going to end in heartache, but, the show must go on.
I mean, Bloodline storyline.
Bloodline storyline started from sort of pandemic time, really, with Roman kind of bullying Jay a little bit. Like, their storyline kind of has stemmed on from that. And it's crazy to think how 2 years ago we had these two stood in the ring, Roman bullying Jay, and TV screens all around. And then now look at them come War Games. It's just such a journey. And I think seeing it from beginning to end has just made us that much more invested.
When you think that, all our involvement together on the podcast, we've had Roman Reigns, shows how long it actually is as a reign. Like, talk about this story has gone on for so long.
It's actually long.
We've never known another Universal Champion.
And we're used to it, by the way. Like, we're used to it.
Yeah, you'd have to be an idiot not to go in for your year-end predictions, but I'm sure we'll get on to that.
I considered it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking about next year, like, Roman might still have the
You know what? I'm just going to put Roman for everything, and then hopefully be lucky. But talk about heartache there as well, and of course, the biggest heartache for me was the end of NXT Championship. I mean, if I thought Clash was bad, I think it happened on the same weekend. I'm pretty sure that Bron Breakker beat Tyler Bate. That was a bad week.
Yeah.
To have NXT UK end and Bron Baker beat my champion and then Drew lose that very weekend. But not only that, we've had a Level Up replacing 205 Live. What do you mean? And of course, Worlds Collide. But like we talk about, Monty, and I did put you on the spot earlier, NXT has an influx of NXT UK talent, and that's not me just players, is it?
No, definitely. Like you said, JD has he's been a highlight since he came over. I don't know where the hell Tyler Bate went, but when he was here, he was doing great. When I don't know where the hell Mako went, but when she was here, it was great. Blair Davenport disappeared, I think, or has she returned yet? No. Anyway,
Gallus
here.
You know,
Gallus is in the abyss. I don't know what the hell is going on. The more we talk about this, but yes, they really helped the show when they came to fill in and kind of make the roster feel, way less green. I'll tell you that the roster was way less new. It was way less just new faces on TV when they pulled up. But yeah, they definitely stepped it up. And like you said, Worlds Collide was actually a highlight of this year. Like you mentioned, that takeover was in that main event, a triple threat main event too. I remember sticking out. But I don't think that's Worlds Collide. That's later, right? Yeah, that's Dragunov.
Yeah, that's
when
I lost on Dragunov. Yeah, I lost on Bate. I lost on Ia.
You need to stop. Obviously, you did not get the memo.
I'm a jinx. That's what it is.
Yeah, it was unfortunate though that a lot of those great people that I got to know while we were reviewing NXT UK, that a lot of those people lost those positions. But a lot of them people I'm keeping up with, like we just saw Zaya Brookside pop up in Stardom. So a lot of those people are still working and doing big things. But it was, like you said, that was the worst part about it for me. I just was getting to know a lot of them. It's like that. It's over.
We also talk. In NXT, we saw the Iron Survivor Challenge match, and we've seen a few match types this year, of course, War Games at Survivor Series. But I think the biggest one, and I'll ask Gina, not Jax, don't get people excited. Austin Theory cashing in his Money in the Bank. Now open to all championships. Gina, does the Money in the Bank need to be rested for 2023? Because the last couple of male wins been used.
Straight up answer to that is yes. They really do need to scrap Money in the Bank. To be honest, it's just become so irrelevant to me now that even if somebody is announced to the ring as the Money in the Bank winner, I'm going to be like, so what are they going to do with that? They've just not executed any of the cash-ins over the past few years well at all, and it's made it seem so irrelevant, like super, super irrelevant. I think the last time I felt even at least the women's one was relevant was when Asuka had won the Money in the Bank going up the building, but she ended up just winning the title altogether because Becky got knocked up. So I think that was the last interesting one that I've watched. But, even Liv Morgan's cash in, I just felt it was a bit of a cop-out, and it still made it out as if Liv couldn't really beat Ronda. And none of us really came out of Liv's ring truly believing that Liv could be in a one-on-one match with Ronda if she wanted to. I still don't believe that. So her reign kind of was for nothing, really. I feel like they just need to scrap it. We've got the Royal Rumbles and we'll have the Royal Rumble winners, but at this moment in time, I just don't see the point on having the Money in the Bank. No one cares if you're going to cash it in for the United States Championship belt. Seriously, no one cares about that. So Austin may have done it this year, but I think just scrap it and leave it, and then maybe.
I just feel like it's a novelty, It's one of those ones that doesn't need to have a pay-per-view premium live event named after it. Do you know what I mean? It's a match, if you think about it. So it's like, I think it would have more significance if it wasn't like just placed sort of. I feel like it's one of those things like, remember like the King of the Ring tournaments? And they weren't every year. They were very sporadic. I feel like Money in the Bank should be exactly the same. So it's like very sporadic and, both King of the Ring or Money in the Bank every other year, that probably would like come across a lot better.
Yeah, they should do it like World Cup. Just space it out every 4 years.
Or do something, just like to have a year off just to freshen up. Like I said, either have a King of the Ring a tournament to crown whoever wants to face champion at SummerSlam. and just leave it because, like I said, Otis
Bring back
and
the
Theory.
mixed tag challenge. Bring
Mixed match
it back.
challenge, yeah.
Mixed match challenge was so much fun. Bring it back, please.
But WWE has been through so much this year, and we're going to move on now and talk about. I mean, we'll remember this moment for WrestleMania 38 when Triple H boots in the ring and retired. No, me neither. But apparently that did happen this year. Triple H has officially retired. And of course, we had some horrible news as well when Big E, who remains out of action, and a necking against Ridge Holland. Luckily, Ridge recovered from that in himself. Of course, Randy Orton is absent in the first 6 months. And of course, Sasha Banks and Naomi walking out of WWE in May, hoping maybe they will come back. It's crazy to think, if you just look at that, what's happened there. And of course, then Triple H, once he took charge, with major returns. And there was something like 20. I mean, we talk about the people coming back. Monty, is there too many people returning? You know, when you talk, we had Dakota Kai, Io Sky, you know, with Bailey, Johnny Gargano, Mia Yim. You had Dexter Loomis. Now we have Bronson Reed. We've got, I mean, just name them. Emma, the women's division on SmackDown.
Right. Some of it I understand because they were not that deep. Like, they were relying on a lot of the same people, double booking Seth Rollins and, you know, using the bloodline every show. Like, and they still do a lot of that now. Just so I can understand why they wanted to add a little bit more depth. I think the problem was how they were bringing some of them back. Some of them were just brought back, obviously, to just be there, to be another option, you know, to use in a random tag match or whatever your backstage segment. You know, I think that's probably the most disappointing thing when you see somebody like Gargano, who might be, I don't know, maybe he's injured or whatever, but I don't understand. Like you said, I understand why people were saying he's overrated. The more you think about how he's being used, because again, it's like he's just backstage.
Yes.
He's just talking.
Exactly.
Like, apparently they forgot Dexter used to paint for himself to speak, so Johnny has to literally be his mouthpiece, like literally. Like, and I get it, but it's just, again, it's the way a lot of them are being used. It's a lot of them at one time, and a lot of them are just being used. Like Mia Yim, it's the second time in a row Mia Yim has gotten a faction, and she just do nothing but stand around with the guys. Like, they was fine when she first started out doing stuff with Rhea, but again, where's the direction long term for a lot of these returns? That's been the problem.
It feels like they really should have thought about the long-term plan before actually having these wrestlers return. Like, where do you see them picturing into the storylines going forward? Because like you just rightly said, they've really dropped the ball with Mia Yim's return. She was really hot for a couple of weeks, you know, kind of having this feud with Rhea. But that now it kind of looked like, okay, well, we're past the Rhea feud because the OC are done with Judgment Day. So, you know,
Mia can be forgotten. That's it. They bring Tegan Knox back, and now everybody's forgotten about Mia. So, and then
but then everyone's forgotten about Tegan. Even with Tegan Knox coming back, everyone overshadowed and overlooked Candice LeRae coming back. She's been on a losing streak. You then got like Tegan Knox.
Look how similar it all is.
A lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people forget that Tegan Knox or even Emma have returned, and like they've not done anything significant. Because guess what? It's the same women being shoved into the title picture ring. Like, they held this this gauntlet match that ended up having Alexa Bliss come out on top. They could have had any of these women we just literally said, but all of them are on SmackDown. Why?
But it's even like I said,
Mia Yim isn't, but you could have had Mia Yim versus Bianca Belair. That would have been sick.
But even like Karrion Kross came back and
Kross has been doing a lot of standing around. Yeah, I don't even know why he's mad at Rey Mysterio. Now he's just bullying Rey. Rey's life is already miserable. His son is making his life hell. Explain to me why Kross mad at him.
Kross mad because Rey looked at Scarlett's leg, and she was like, "He looked at my leg."
There was two returns that stood out. One of them was the build-up, was Bray Wyatt returning Extreme Rules, with the White Rabbit and everything like that. And again, Bray Wyatt seems to have a we're going to take time to get there, but it seems there's plans in place, so we hope there's plans in. And the other man that came back, and I would say, is the return of 2022, of course, all the way back at WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes. And, you know, it's a shame with the injury at Hell in a Cell, but that is the guy I think 2023 is going to change. And weirdly enough, I thought WWE after WrestleMania, with Cody's return, the way Lynch and Belair put on a hell of a show, the way Owens and Austin, and it just had that good vibe leading up to when Vince went, and then all of a sudden they kind of didn't look back. We've not even mentioned Brock Lesnar bringing a tractor to the ring at SummerSlam. That's how crazy 2022 has been,
Yeah. Yeah.
There's been...
That's why it's hard not to put them as the top promotion, man. Just so much.
Yes.
Even with Vince, like I said, Vince, again, I think Triple H is doing better, but Vince booked WrestleMania, and WrestleMania was a good damn time. So, yeah. It's crazy how that works.
It is. and every, like I said, premium live event has had a match of the year contender to it. And we talk about as well champions, how well WWE, we talk about the mess with AEW with the amount of interim champions they've had. And yes, for every 24/7 champion, as tag champion, you've got your kind of Universal, which you could argue you could have WWE with that. We've got Gunther as Intercontinental Champion, who's kind of dominating as well as tag. So I think there's so much more positive coming out of WWE this time of year than usually to the Rumble as well. We talked about Wrestle Kingdom, but Rumble is where it all kind of starts off with WWE. So we should be in for a great first couple of months, especially if someone like Cody is in the Rumble,
January is my favorite month in wrestling.
There's so much to do for, but I would say WWE's promotion here. Jackson, would you say WWE has deservedly won promotion?
I mean, for sure, yeah. There's been some real highlights, and again, it's all in sort of the era of Triple H and not Vince McMahon.
But I mean, like I said, we go back. I mean, Gina, what are your thoughts about with WWE? We're in a much better place now than in a long time.
I'm so sorry. I think you cut out then. All I heard was, Gina, what do you think about...
Oh, so I was about to say the place where WWE is now is a much better place than it was last year. We're actually quite positive heading into 2023.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think this time last year I was all for AEW and not interested in WWE at all. And I would definitely put my hand up and say that I've flipped around on that one at this moment in time. I definitely think WWE has turned it around in terms of becoming more interesting, keeping people entertained, and obviously still giving us what we want. There are some things that we didn't really ask for, didn't need, but they're still kind of listening to what the fans are saying, and I've seen that improvement throughout this whole year. So I definitely would say they've improved.
Yeah, and another thing that hopefully can improve as well with WWE, we saw it even back at the start of this year in the Rumble with Mickey James entering the Impact. His championships didn't do much in the Rumble match, but still came. We know that Shinsuke fucking Nakamura is allowed to wrestle for Noah on January 1st, and Carl Anderson is defending the Never Openweight title at Wrestle Kingdom. We know that they came over to England, so a better relationship. I'm not saying WWE and New Japan will have a forbidden door, but Monty, compared to the way WWE has been, looks like Triple H is a little more open, especially even Dragon Lee signing now, who's part of the AAA Trios champion. There's a more open relationship which can only benefit WWE in the long term, especially with NXT as well.
Yeah, and I think you got to think about Triple H's long-term plan. He's always talked about, like we mentioned, we saw the World Cup that he put on television for SmackDown, but he's hinted at, that's what NXT Europe is supposed to be a part of. His big plan of, at least that's what people are saying, his big plan of having NXTs or, WWE type of stuff in multiple countries around the world. So he's always been interested in Japan and obviously in talent from Japan. So now that he's the one who's going to be running the show, you 100% already know that Triple H is recruiting. He's waiting. We've already heard Tony Khan admit his frustration with some of WWE's tactics. So it's not going to stop when it comes to across the border. When those contracts are up and people are available, Triple H is on the hunt. You saw what happened with Jonah. I knew it was only a matter of time. That's why I was hoping New Japan would lock Jonah down. But I honestly just already knew Triple H never wanted to lose him. And as you can see, it doesn't matter if he's in Japan or wherever you think they are, Triple H or in WWE, that promotion, that contract will always probably be something that most performers around the world would at least consider. So, man, Triple H, like you said, he's changed the way we possibly can see WWE going into the future in general. The future of WWE can be bright. I don't know if we'll ever get it to, like you said, to the extent of like a full-fledged Forbidden Door or cross promotion or anything like that. But like I said, you can't help but be optimistic because Triple H is definitely much closer to making a move like that than Vince probably ever would.
And I think as well we can say for everyone at this moment in time with what we watch from WWE will be Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Dynamite, Rampage, the Ring of Honor show that we watch, Impact. Let's hope no other wrestling promotions become hot or expand next year. I think we've gonna. I know we've got NXT Europe. That's going to happen, but I'm still not sure what I'm going to do there. I haven't got a lot more time for other wrestling, so at the moment I appreciate.
Good point.
I just want to say that. But no, like I said, 2022, and again, it seems like you talk up, but I think it has been possibly biggest year. Think about F. Jaxie, is that a bit of an oversight? Because I think the news this year.
I mean, yeah, I think it's still down to everyone else's opinion, but it pretty much is that, isn't it? Really.
Think of another year, especially like the Vince stuff and all this other bits and pieces. I mean, I think it has been. Mm-hmm. I can't really think of another year that has been this crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it does make you wonder, what else could happen, going into next year. Hopefully nothing bad crazy, but just holy shit, good crazy would be nice. As much as things like even what happened at All Out at backstage and stuff, this tends to take a turmoil on wrestlers' health and isn't just meant to be seen as like, entertainment for our cause, because it's kind of not. So I really hope going into the new year, we're going to get nothing but positive, holy shit moments and a lot less negative ones,
Yeah, I mean, Gina, we can hope Ricky and his girlfriend split up in early January. I mean, that would be a great news present, wouldn't it?
I mean, that would be such a positive start for my new year. Like, if the world could just make Ricky realize he's with the wrong person. He found the wrong Gina, guys. So, yeah. Once he realizes that, then 2023 is going to be amazing.
We're gonna get there. So that is it. Like I said, WWE is our promotion. I was gonna do Raw and SmackDown notes, but I'll probably just release them on Facebook instead. I do want to talk about that did happen on SmackDown though. First off, Ricochet and Gunther had a fucking hell of a match. Ricochet, man, they actually use him like they should. I'm hoping he has a good 2023. And if anybody saw Miracle on 34th Street Fight,
match was sick.
That was a great match. Also, the Miracle on 34th Street Fight, Ricochet and Braun Strowman versus Imperium. I don't know if anybody saw this, but I tell you what, I've never laughed so hard with the New Day. That made.
Oh my god, that was brilliant! It was so good. Yeah,
that is definitely going to be me and Jackson cosplaying next year as the New Day Nutcrackers. That's what we're going to be.
It is mental, and also. I mean, Jaxie, I'll ask you, the last SmackDown of the year will have Reigns and Zayn, Cena, which will hopefully cover on the Rumble Live show. I'm going to get everybody's predictions here. It's no points on the line, don't worry. But what do you think is going to happen in this match?
Yeah. This is a difficult one because, on the one hand, I want to say that the Tribal Chief and Sami Uso will come out on top and just show how strong a team they are, really solidify that. On the other hand, this is John Cena's first and only match of 2022. I find it very difficult to really believe that they're going to have him lose during this tag team match. So I do feel like Kevin Owens and John Cena will potentially come out as the overall winners. But I also hope I'm really wrong with that one.
Gina, what about you? What do you reckon's going to happen? Will Sami get a victory over John Cena?
I don't know. Sadly, I don't think he will. So I'm a bit on the fence as well, like my sister said. But I feel like maybe I have a feeling that this year is going to be Solo Sikoa's year, yeah. So I have a feeling like he's going to possibly come out to try and help them win because they're going to be on a horrible losing flex, and he's actually going to end up costing it for them. I don't know. I feel like they'll lose, but because of tomfoolery. But yeah. I'm not 100% on that. That was just a massive guess.
That's all we do every time we step up to the plate, so to speak. Monty, what
I'm not really sure, man. I think it's an opportunity though for like a great way because the bloodline has been kind of, as you see, weekly and weekly. As now that they're closer, they've just been doing whatever the hell they want, and they attacked pretty much the whole Raw roster and all of that. And it's just like it's hard for me to feel like that won't come back on them somehow. I don't know if it starts here or if it starts in the new year, but something, just watch out for that. I've never seen a faction get away with doing something like that and it just continue to be, without any consequence. And I think this is a perfect opportunity here with John Cena to possibly have Sami Zayn either lose and let them down going into the new year as a sign for like the turmoil that I'm thinking that could be going, that we may have in the bloodline going into WrestleMania. Or I was entertaining Roman getting pinned, but I was like, nah, I don't think Roman. I still can't convince myself that Roman would be the one getting pinned. So I think maybe Sammy let him down, and like you guys mentioned in Cena's comeback match, that Cena and Owen go over. But I want to mention this too. This comes very full circle. Cena's had great clashes at the beginning of their careers with Kevin and Sammy, and then being that with Roman, I think it's just so dope for people like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to kind of be there included in the biggest feud in wrestling, like we kind of mentioned.
Yeah, without that, like I said, where we are at this moment in time when a match that actually matters, that we care about on SmackDown, you'd know it's good times. At this moment, when will it stop? We just don't know. But that is it now. We've covered everything we're going to cover. And now it is only time left year-end prediction. Like I said, 12 months ago, wrote down and put them away in envelopes. locked away, not to be looked at. And now it's time. So Prediction League, if anybody doesn't know, you listen to us for the very first time. We have 3 Prediction Leagues. First, we had the bonus league. Kind of had, obviously, bonus points and NXT there. Jackson and Gina finished a level on 8. Monty was on 11. I finished with 16. The WWE Pay-Per-View League, the final scores are 5. What? WWE Pay-Per-View.
You had 6. That was slick of you. You had 6, not 16. Don't try to play me. Okay.
I was 16. WWE Pay-Per-View League final, I'm on 5. Gina on 6. Monty and Jaxie on 7, so they both won that. AEW Prediction League final, Gina, Monty on 2. Jaxie 3, James on. So final league stage. At this moment, it's Gina, you're on 16 points. Jaxie, you're on 18. Monty's on 20. I'm on 25. We are now going to have a look at the year end. Like I said, we did this at the end of last year. So whatever we put, I don't mind, guys. Like I said, this is not my first rodeo. So we are going to be laughing. Trash. We are going to be laughing at a few of these. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing. You'll be mostly laughing at. For some reason, I still don't know how to do. I don't know if I think a year is a decade or whatever I've put. Excuse me. So it is. It's going to be 2 points for a bang-on answer. All right. But obviously, if we put someone down as US, we can point, but we'll have to.
Sweet. Okay.
So we can battle. I've worked out, I think we've got 23 categories for WWE to start us off. We've also got AEW to do, NXT, Impact, NXT UK, and so there are about 50, maybe 60. So at the moment, Monty, you're saying only 5 behind? It's by 20. Who knows?
Insane.
So I'm going to go round in a circle. And I'll just ask everybody their answer. So first off, we start with WWE. And like I said, 2 points for bang on answer. Who do you think the champion at the end? So my WWE champion at the end of the year, I have gone for Omar. All right. So there you go. don't. No, already. So Jaxie, who have you gone for your WWE champion?
Is this like kind of going into 2023? Are we talking about our past one?
This is past. This is last year's ones. Yeah, we are. Next year ones will be next year. On. Do not give me any of your 2023 picks. Otherwise, we have to save it now and go back to it in 12 months.
You did not say Omar is going to be champion in 2023.
I can't believe you actually put Omar.
Fuck off! Look, at this moment, I thought he'd be dominant. This is before he lost to Bobby Lashley and stuff. This was Vincent McMahon booking him. Don't forget. I'm not going to defend every answer.
Okay.
Right, go on,
So
Jackson.
which one is this? Universal or WWE?
WWE.
Oh, I put Bobby Lashley.
Oh, no one laughs at. See, look, see, he's fine. Bobby Lashley, that's not bad.
Reasonable.
Monty, what about
Because
you?
that's realistic, James.
What?
That's because Bobby Lashley is realistic. Omos wasn't.
Fucking, they face each other at WrestleMania.
And how good was that match, James? And how good was that match?
Oh my
Oh,
God,
my goodness.
we have got 25 of these to get through. That's
Yeah.
Oh my
WWE.
gosh, let's go.
Right, let's go. But Monty, who's your WWE champion?
Seth Rollins.
Ha! No. Gina, what about you?
I had Kevin Owens.
There we go. So no right answers there. No points on the board. But like I said, it's quite tough. Universal champion. I've gone Drew McIntyre. Go fuck yourself, everybody.
Same.
You went
Just
Drew
mark
as
me
well.
off, too.
See?
mark
What
me
do you
off, too.
think? Jaxie, who do you go Universal?
I went with Roman Reigns.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, shit.
I believe that's 2 points for me already, James.
Yeah.
Make sure you do it.
Ugh.
Oh, fucking hell. Monty, watch your back, mate. All right.
Yeah.
Because
it's
we'll
getting-
work out what the W scores are afterwards. But right now, I can do the math for that. Gina, who have you gone for?
I got Roman Reigns.
Hey, 2 points.
For the safe bet.
Monty, you're in fucking trouble, son. You need to pull some of
Yeah,
this
it's
out.
over.
I was worried about me, but then again, I suppose not. Intercontinental champion. Oh my! I've gone Cesaro. Everybody.
No, fair play. I
mean, he's not the same.
Yeah.
He's not in the same company anymore, but still. Jaxie, Intercontinental champion.
I went to Cesaro.
Hey, that's why you defended it. There you go.
Yes, exactly. But look
Monty,
at him now. He's still a champion, but
Yeah.
just in a different promotion.
can we
okay?
get a point for that? Is that a point?
Yeah.
No.
Like, is that like a point five?
No, we're not creating categories now out of thin air just to suit your ego. No, Tom.
Monty, who do you go for?
Can I get a half a point? Because he is on the main roster. But anyway, LA Knight.
That's not fair.
That's who I put. Give me, come on now. Give me like 0.2.
Right. So no LA Knight. Gina, what about you?
Pass.
What?
I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you my answer. It's that ridiculous. I'd rather just pass.
No,
Oh,
you've got
come on,
to
no,
come
I
on.
want to know now. I need to know.
I put Robert Roode.
Wow.
I mean, does he even go here anymore?
I don't even know. I don't even know if he goes by that name anymore.
This is always fun. It's always
He's
no.
injured.
At least he's still in the company. Like, look.
Yeah.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
US champion. Oh, Gina, go on. You start us off. Who was your US
US champ, I put Ricochet.
bad one? That's all. Monty, what US champ?
Yeah. I jumped the gun. I said Braun Breaker would be on the main roster.
There's always
I was in a
one.
good mood.
Yeah, I put Miz because I thought the Miz would actually do something this year, but no, he didn't.
Yeah.
Jaxie, what about your US champion?
I went with Austin Theory.
Oh, no.
That's insane.
Oh, fuck.
man.
You actually.
I did, yeah.
Ah,
Oh, shit.
You said she was bang on, but this is insane.
This is scary. This is
Right? This is
no
sick.
one's ever done this well.
Not just Junior Cena anymore.
God. Right, we'll move on for that shock. 24/7 champion. Fuck it, we've got it. I said Robert Stone.
There you go.
Robert Stone.
he's in NXT as a manager.
He's just a manager.
I don't think he ever wrestled.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. But it's 24/7 titles. Actually, who'd you put as 24/7 champion?
Truth.
Right, there we go.
Okay.
Monty, what about you?
I said R-Truth also. I thought she was gonna say won't exist.
Yeah. Nikki Cross was last champ, defuncting. Gina.
I put Rick Boogs.
Boogs.
Damn.
Wow, remember him?
Been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back in catering
Hope he's
now.
doing better. Yeah.
Right. Well, I gotta say, guys, at this moment in time, Jaxie's doing better than us. I'm not gonna lie, but we can still put it back. Women's tag team champions. I have gone for Banks and Bailey. Don't know why. Monty, who'd you go for?
Mine feels laughable now with Mandy gone. Gigi Dolan and Jason J. Yeah,
man. Gina, what about you? Who's your women's tag champ?
Oh my god, I clearly was not watching wrestling last year. I put Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville.
No.
They tag together? Why the fuck would I put these two together?
You say that. If you'd have put Kai and
Sonya
Io together last year, that would have never worked as a team either. So
that's true. I also don't remember these two being a team, so why would I suggest?
They must.
I think at one point Sonya was using her,
watched.
I think, or something like that. Yeah. Sonya was using her for something when she was still an authority figure or whatever with Naomi, I think.
Jaxie, what about you?
Well, I mean, this is the best one ever. I put Becky +1. I didn't even put like, I didn't even put a tag partner. I put +1.
I mean, did you think Becky was going to choose some 7-year-old kid like Braun Strowman to come out of the crowd?
No, I just thought it would just be a random pairing of like Becky and Alexa Bliss or Becky and Asuka. I don't know. I mean, back then there wasn't as much of a wide range of women to choose from. Can we remember that? Okay, it's not like there is now.
A year ago.
Yes, I know, and a lot has changed in a year.
Well, back then, back in that day.
Back in the day.
Earlier days, like you did say, the whole of the SmackDown women's roster came back.
Don't use my words against me, all right? Move on. Who is your cruiserweight champion, Monty?
So I did say it won't exist. So I think come on, give me that. I put won't exist.
Well, that's fair enough. Jaxie?
I put, is this belt still going? So
yeah, how
really,
did that work?
I didn't think it was going.
Well, you guys
clearly did be gone.
I mean, do I get a point for that? Because clearly I was under the impression it no longer existed. So
Gina,
yours was a question rather
like
than
it was indicating it. Don't let me lose a point because of that.
Gina, what did you
that's
put?
not
Gina,
fair.
what did you put as cruiserweight champ?
I put Dominic Mysterio.
Right, Dominic Mysterio.
Oh my god!
Me again.
Yeah. I put defunct on it as well, so
we saw the right.
I guess we saw it happen there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I can give Jax any.
No, that's not fair.
No.
That's actually not fair. I indicated that the belt wouldn't exist.
You
so
didn't say that.
Actually think, no, that's not fair. I definitely get a point for that.
The way she started, she don't need an extra 2.
Yeah, well, we won't give you there, but we might come back if you. I think you'll be right at the
Why
moment.
why don't I at least get a 1?
Because you put, does it exist? 2? It's not. That's
yeah,
it
if I put that down, I'd get a point for everything.
Yeah, but I was indicating that I didn't think it still existed. So isn't that
has to be a group?
But you weren't sure, and
group
I'm not
agreement,
sure about any
and
of my
unfortunately, you failed this group. So
that's so unfair. I actually think that you guys should be overruled by this, and I should at least get 1 point.
Majority rule.
Everyone stop hashtag justice for Jaxie right here, right now.
Yeah, yeah. If we get over 100 hashtag justice for Jaxie, I should get the point.
So yeah, that's so we'll move on. Raw Tag Team Champions. I have gone for Street Profits, which I know is wrong. Jaxie, who have you gone for?
Usos.
See, what about you?
In the same boat as you, just in shock, bro. Street Profits.
Gina?
Do you know what? I'm just going to pass the rest of my answers because I don't know what the fuck I was thinking on any of these answers.
Oh no, tell us.
I've got Humber to an Angel Garza.
On what planet? On what planet would that ever be a thing? Oh my god.
I was being hopeful for them.
They have to be booked for that.
I was being hopeful for them and their kiss cam.
They're too busy in catering. They're too busy in catering.
Oh god.
Jesus. SmackDown tag. Move up. Monty, who's your SmackDown tag team?
I believe. Let's see. I'm trying. I don't. Oh yeah. So this team, I thought they were gonna return. You know, big heel run, and they actually did return. They are heel, but they are nowhere near tag team titles. I put the War Raiders.
Oh no, fair enough. Yeah, there. I picked the Creed brothers, who haven't been called just yet. Gina, who have you gone for SmackDown Tag Champion?
Oh my god, I'm just going to say it really quick, okay? So Damian Priest and Cesaro. My night must have been high last year.
Oh my god.
You just picked two wrestlers.
I don't know what was going on with me, okay? I knew it was just...
Excuse me.
Oh my god.
Jackson, if you put the Usos down as SmackDown Tag Champions, I will not be.
No, I put New Day. New Day.
It's not too bad. All right, so for all women's champion, I'll start us off with a woman that's not even back yet, Charlotte. I went Charlotte's women's champion. I was wrong. Jaxie.
I was majorly wrong. I said Shayna Baszler.
Right. Monty, what about you?
I put my faith in Bianca and it paid off. Bianca
Hey, that's points for Monty. Gina, what about you?
Which one was this?
Raw women's champion.
Oh, god damn it. I put Asuka.
That's no points there, though. On to SmackDown women's champion. Jaxie, you can start us off.
I did roll for on this one as well. I put Naomi or Alexa Bliss.
See back, Monty.
Yeah, I was writing my prediction of Bayley coming back, but I thought she'd be SmackDown Women's Champion. So no, definitely didn't put Ronda.
Gina, what about you?
I put Bianca. Can I still get a half a point?
Well, I think if she's champion, I mean, I don't mind giving you a point.
It's on a different roster.
No, that's completely different to that.
But she actually a champion.
Yeah.
No, I don't accept that. She's on a complete different roster.
Jaxie was waiting for. She put the cruiserweight title in her top. She went right. The next one they tried out.
No, no, we can make exceptions for everyone.
There's a difference between putting the woman as champion, who's champion on the other show, compared to if she put. Is this a title?
That the belt doesn't exist. No, that's the same thing.
No.
It
is. She didn't ask, is Bianca Belair the champion?
That the belt didn't exist.
She didn't say, is Bianca the champion?
Roster. I don't think it should be allowed.
Well,
she's just the G site, man. That's what it is.
I would say the majority rules there. So I think with 1 point.
We all know who's being picked on this podcast today, don't we?
All right, okay. We all want to laugh. We've moved on for champions, and you can all laugh at me now. How would Omos be WWE champion? Well, I put him as my Royal Rumble.
You got some high expectations for Omos.
Oh my gosh.
He's got more than MVP. Yeah, so Omos is my men's Rumble winner. Jaxie, what about you? I bet you got it bang on, didn't you?
Nope, I had Bobby Lashley.
Oh, and again, here's your WWE police with thinking. Monty, what about you?
Yep, I went with the person I chose, my WWE champion too, Seth Rollins. So definitely was not thinking about Brock.
So, Gina, who did you go for?
Yeah, I didn't even consider Brock either. I went with AJ Styles.
Rumble. All right, Gina, we'll start with you again. Your women's Rumble.
Oh, right, let's just get this out of the way. I put Naomi. Fat chance.
Monty, what about you?
Again, going with my SmackDown Women's Champion, with Bayley, returning way early, by the way.
Jaxie, what about Women's Rumble?
I went with Sasha Banks or Asuka.
2. What about if Banks had won that? What? Think the argument.
I mean, just imagine. Yeah.
I went Belair. Look, it was Ronda Rousey. Money in the Bank winner will start me, who went Sami Zayn, which again is not a bad pick. Gina, what about you? Money in the Bank man.
I went with Kofi Kingston, which is even worse because he messed up his little spot this year as well. So, yeah.
Monty, what about you? Money in the
I went with Bobby Lashley. I guess I can see where my head was going because I was thinking he's going to lose his WWE title. So I don't know, exactly who else I would even think about. But yeah, I think I was going with Bobby Lashley. None of us probably should get the one who won it, and honestly, because the way it happened was BS. In case you guys forgot.
Gina, sorry, Jaxie, who did you pick as your Money Bank winner?
I went with the Austin Theory.
Jesus.
God, I'm dropping out of the park now.
How the fuck did you do this?
I'm glad I said
I
it.
have no clue.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
That's
bro.
crazy. Who did you go for Women's Money in the Bank? If it's Liv, I'm going.
No, I didn't. I was completely off. I said Zelina Vega.
Oh, thank God.
It's a slaughter right now.
I went for Mandy Rose. Going to happen again. Monty, who's your Women's Money in the Bank winner?
I don't know how she was going to be champion. I guess this is how she was going to end up being women's champion at the end of the year. Because at some point she was going to lose it, so she win the Money in the Bank. I put Bianca. I don't know what the hell
I know. Well, we can answer that.
Like,
Honestly.
I had Bianca as well. I had Bianca for the Women's Money in the Bank. I don't even know why. I think I was just looking for names at this point.
The thing that frustrates me, I didn't think WrestleMania was that far away from January. But looking at my WrestleMania picks, it's like it was the next fucking year. What the fuck was I thinking? So, up next, 3 Mania match. Fuck. So, my first one, Randy Orton versus Matt. Didn't. Jaxie, what's your...
I said Brock v. Roman.
You're fucking...
Yeah.
You're fucking joking.
Not joking.
Monty, what about you?
Hell. Yeah, mine was fantasy booking. Bayley versus Sasha versus Charlotte.
Gina, what one of yours?
Like another league away.
Yeah.
James, I only have one match, so I didn't put 3. I only had the one.
Okay, what one did you put?
Okay, don't hate me, but I put Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Oh, fuck yourself then. Right, so I'm glad you haven't got another 2.
There you go. I'm glad you don't have any more.
Yeah, 3 WrestleMania main events. I went for McIntyre versus Reigns because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, mark me off. I don't have to say it again. Just mark.
Jaxie, what about you? Another one?
I did Bianca versus Becky.
How are you doing this? I don't understand.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't even remember writing these down. So I'm just going back over it now. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, I did put Lynch versus. I have. What's your first thing?
There you go. I went with Asuka or Sasha Banks versus Charlotte because if I did Asuka or Sasha Banks at the Royal Rumble, and I thought either one would have gone on to face Charlotte, but.
Monty, what's your last one?
If this was even possible, I'm not even sure, but I said Big E versus Seth Rollins. Just let's move on, please.
Yeah, we'll move on. Well, WrestleMania main event. We've all got a WrestleMania event. I haven't got it right because I went Drew versus Roman. Jaxie, what about you? WrestleMania.
I said Brock v. Roman.
Monty, what about you?
Not Brock v. Roman. We're Roman and Drew, man. Just go.
Yeah. Gina, what about you? WrestleMania main event.
Yeah, I said Brock v. Roman.
Do you know what, Monty? You and I, we thought we did so well with our scores at the start. 25 and
At least
20.
I won the league.
We're not going to be caught. What are you talking about? SummerSlam main event. Gina, what was your SummerSlam main event?
I put Roman versus Big E, but I think Big E got injured by this point.
Monty, what about you?
WWE 2K22, My Universe mode, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Jaxie, please do not tell me you went Brock and Roman again.
I went Brock and Roman.
No.
Yeah, I did.
SummerSlam as well.
Can you just act like Bobby not in mine?
How the fuck did you do
I
that?
don't know. I really don't know. Honestly, I don't.
I went Drew versus Brock there.
So G site the year,
That's
and
crazy,
then only
isn't it?
give it back to me at the end of the year. You know.
Yeah, that's scary. Jaxie, who's your Survivor Series?
It was Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns.
Okay, Monty, what about you?
We're on Survivor. Yeah, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins.
Gina, Survivor Series?
I didn't put anything down.
I'll put on 5 on 5, where technically that was the main event.
Go ahead. I agree. Do
But
it.
did you pick names, or you just said 5 on 5?
I
Like
put 5.
what?
I put
Let 'em have
Bloodline.
it.
I put Bloodline versus the Brutes in brackets. Shame. Ridge.
I don't feel like you did. I feel like you're lying.
I put 5 on 5 for the way Jaxie is whooping us at the moment. I'm gonna take those
Just
points.
take it. Take it, Jay. Take it. God damn.
just to spite me. Of
We're getting
course.
slaughtered right now.
Right, surprise,
Yep.
surprise return. So wrestler who has not been in WWE, surprise return. So like a Cody or a Stone Cold or anybody like that. I went X-Pac. Which did X-Pac actually come back? Like he did feature on NXT, didn't he?
He showed up, but I
Yeah.
don't think they really count.
It's like a backstage segment.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't he do the DX 20 year?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Gosh, that's such a stretch.
we'll see what everybody else has gone for before I give myself points. Jaxie, who's your surprise return?
Oscar, which technically she did return because she was off at the beginning of this year.
Please count it because I did the same thing. So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Also went with Oscar, so I hope that gets counted.
Yep, I'm counting X-Buck. So
we'll count X-Pac then.
we
Yeah.
all
Go
got
ahead.
points. We all got
Go
points.
ahead. Hey.
Surprise wrestler leaving. Gina, start with
Oh my god, I put Roderick Strong. He's still there though.
you.
Oh my gosh, I put
Yeah.
Roderick Strong too.
Oh my god.
I also put Roderick Strong. Yeah. I think this is at a point where Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish had just joined up with AEW, and we were thinking,
Mhm.
okay, so Roderick Strong is the last one. So I think that's probably why we went with that pick.
Yeah, and Monty, what about you?
He didn't leave, but he's not there because he's off television. So, but no, I know that's not what you're talking about. So no, Edge won't work.
Well, I went Dolph Ziggler. So Ziggler
Yeah, that didn't work either.
has
Oh,
not.
yeah, and then he just turned back
pops
up
up
randomly for
all
no
the time.
fucking reason. Getting himself involved when everyone was like, the fuck?
Edge's contract is up next year now. So there you go.
Well, I will say the scores have changed massively. I'm not going to lie. Usually
Yes.
when we do this, nothing. But this year, Jackson hit Savaloy. So it's going to take me a while. Talk between yourselves.
What?
So some That's So Raven. Like it.
Did you just call me an idiot?
An idiot Savaloy. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't know if we can call all this an educated guess. Like,
No,
this
you
is crazy.
can't. You can't. 18 points.
No, no.
18 points. Unbelievable.
And that's just WWE.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I smashed it.
Well, at the moment, this is what the points, and I cannot fucking believe what I'm in fourth place after WWE.
Me.
It's Mont on 24.
Yeah.
Gina is third with 25. I am second with 33 points with a 3 at this moment time. That unbelievable.
yeah.
Fair play to you there. Yeah, I was almost going
Happy
to
with that.
concede. I was going to concede, but we've still got. I've still got hope. I've still got hope. Where we move on to NXT. See, I'm hoping here be fine. So NXT champion, my one. I went for Solo. Solo, not right. Jaxie, who have you gone for?
Wait, hold on. I went with Bron Breakker.
Fuck, you're fucking joking.
No,
How
I'm not
the fuck
joking.
did
I
you
wrote
do
to
that?
Bron Breakker. At this point as well, I wasn't like I definitely know that I had no idea who this Bron Breakker was, and I just went with him last year.
Yeah, that makes
Like
it
I
feel
don't
so
know
much
much
better.
about him.
That makes me feel so much
Rub it
better.
in, why
Yeah.
don't you?
Oh, goody. I'm so pleased. You have no idea. I'm so happy right now I can hardly... Monty, who's your NXT?
You're happy? I feel like an early 90s grunge song right now. I went Mello. He's not
You
the
went
champion.
better.
Let's move on.
That's fair enough. Gina?
I went with Von Wagner. Okay, bye.
No. Von fucking Wagner, you know?
At least it's not.
Gina, what about you? Jaxie, NXT tag team.
Oh, so this is bad. I went with MSK.
They're not even
Perfect.
there anymore.
Yeah,
You do that,
I
eh?
know.
Oh.
Look at you laugh straight away.
If she would have said New Day, like
Yeah,
we should
yeah,
just stop
yeah.
if she say New Day. We should just stop.
Who knew that New Day would be the champions like this time last year? Like we didn't even think about them ever thinking to cross over into NXT, you know?
Well, you probably did, because you've just got 9 right in WWE. That's a fucking Rob break. I mean, my NXT tag team champions, grizzled young vets, which...
Excuse me.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Gina, who's your NXT?
Imperium.
Imperium. Monty,
Okay.
what about you?
Yeah, Creed Bros. Not happy.
Wow.
We have got the women's champion. Monty, the NXT women's champion.
This is not even her name anymore. I wrote Kaylee Ray.
I went Kaylee Ray. I did Kaylee Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both got. Jaxie, if you put Roxanne Perez, I swear to God. I swear.
No, mine was extremely off. I said Dakota Kai.
Gina, who's your woman?
With Io Shirai.
And Gina, NXT North American champion.
I don't even know who this is that I put. Zion Quinn.
He is the champion. No, he's not. No, he's not. Monty, what about you?
Yeah, I obviously had high hopes for this guy, James. I think we both did, but he's not the champion. Cameron Grimes.
No, I think he's a moment. Yeah. Jaxie, what about you?
I went Kushida.
I went Tony D'Angelo. So yeah, Jaxie gets another just after NX on 38. She opens up a 5 now as we head into NX UK. Yeah, no points for anybody.
Yeah.
We don't know. Just quickly, NX UK champion. I went Sam Gradwell. What the fuck?
My gosh.
Jaxie, who was your NX UK champion?
I went Ilya Dragunov.
Close. Monty?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I
Well,
did
just put
Ilya too.
yeah.
As well.
Uh,
I literally think that's
If we
it.
would have put
Diane-
Tyler Bate, we would have got something for that.
I don't
Or Braun
know
Breaker.
many
No.
title people, so I think I just went with names I know.
So who's your tag team champions?
I say that, and I have no idea who I put for the I don't remember these guys at all. Lewis Howley and Sam Stoker.
Pretty deadly. That's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
Even though that was on these names.
That's not a bad shout. They were the last, technically.
No, you can't do that.
Well, no.
Oh, I guess you're right. Technically, you're right.
Technically, because they were
Yeah, good
NXT
point.
tag champions and
I forgot.
won the
They
match.
did merge it at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on. Because it's Gina, we'll give you 2. If it's Jackson, but
hey.
oh, like you, Monty, NXT tag team champion.
Yeah, they're locked up in the abyss somewhere in NXT UK. Whatever that purgatory is, I'll put Gallus down.
Jackson, what about you?
I went Imperium.
I went for La Familia.
They accomplished a lot. Yeah.
Ooh, fucking hell. All right, Heritage Cup. Jaxie, who did you go for Heritage Cup champion?
Yeah.
Jordan Devlin.
Cup. Monty?
Yep.
I stuck with my guy. I went with Noam Dar, the greatest Heritage Cup champion of all time.
Do you know, well, I've gone Dar as
And he
well.
is the final. He is the last one.
Yeah, I got to say. I mean, Gina, who did you go for in that one?
Coffee Mark Coffee. Sorry.
Oh, Coffee.
Coffee Mark.
Well, you know,
Is that
he
his
had it
name?
right before that.
Yeah.
Mark Coffee.
He did it. He lost it. He was a penultimate champion.
Mhm.
So I got
So, didn't mean to build your hopes up. NXT UK Women's Champion. Gina, who's your NXT UK Women's?
Blair Davenport.
Monty,
Same. Blair Davenport.
Jackson,
Mako Satomura.
Zia Brooks, which again, we'll move on
Didn't
from
do
there.
much. Yeah.
No, it didn't change the points too much. Jaxie is still on 38. I am on 35. Gina is on 27, and Monty is on 26. How close? Do you know what? You all thought this was lies last year. Look how close this is right now. If Gina goes on a run for AEW, she could potentially still win, you know? And that, oh my God, I've just seen my AEW picks. Oh, no.
It's about a horrible.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh,
Oh, gosh.
right.
My answers.
Gina, you start us off here. Who is your AEW World Champion? Because mine is...
No, I can't even say it.
No, go on.
Miro.
Well, mine...
Wow.
Mine's Darby Allin, so I don't know what I thought. Darby Allin is not. Monty, what about you?
I guess I thought his reign was going to last forever. Hangman Page.
And Jaxie, who have you gone for?
I don't want to say. Put MJF.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Guys, you got it.
Do you know when you don't think you can put it back?
Yep. I mean, I'm just as shocked as you.
God. Jeez. Women's champion. If you've gone Jamie Hayter, I'm gonna fucking Jaxie. Who have you gone for?
Oh my God! I wish I did Jamie here. No, I did Thunder Rosa.
Monty, women's champion for AEW.
Yeah, same thing. Thunder Rosa.
Gina.
Thunder Rosa.
Oh, I went Britt Baker, so I was wrong, but at least different than everybody else. Oh, well, no, maybe I might argue. Jaxie, TNT champion.
I put Miro or Eddie Kingston.
Fair enough. Monty.
I put Brian Danielson.
I don't know why I'm laughing at it. I don't know. I apologise.
I didn't know either.
I know. Gina, TNT.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
TNT champion. I've put Orange Cassidy. Now, I know he's not TNT champion, but he is whatever that other title's called. So is that worth a point?
Yeah.
Doesn't count. Sorry. Different title.
We can't.
They're
No,
not even considering
From
it.
me this time. That didn't come from me this time.
Well, I will take yours away if you do not give me this one for a different title, even though same color.
Yeah, just take
Wait,
the points.
I'm gonna take it. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We'll start fighting soon. TBS title. Gina, who is TBS champion?
God, you're all gonna I would be so
Yeah.
That's so funny. Monty.
featuring menus rather than her actual wrestling moves anymore.
Monty
They
TBS.
made sure to keep this woman away from Jade. So, yeah, I put Hikaru Shida.
Jaxie.
I put Jade.
You put Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I on that one, luckily. But it's not going to help us all. And AEW Tag Champions. Jaxie starts off.
Jurassic Express.
Monty.
Yeah, definitely was riding the new signings wave. I put Red Dragon.
Gina.
I went with Hobbs and Stark.
I went for F again. Probably wasn't going to
Oh,
happen.
whatever.
Well, FTL, they're not champions. So we'll move on. AEW Revolution main event. We'll start with Monty. What was your Revolution?
Yeah. Danielson and Hangman.
Gina,
I had the Elite versus the Undisputed Era.
Jaxie,
Hangman versus Miro.
and I had Page versus Punk. But I don't think that was relevant. But that was a pay-per-view main event, I think.
It did happen. Yeah.
That did happen, didn't it?
Yeah. I'm not
Oh,
sure
no.
Can't
whether or
remember
not
which-
it was that event, but you could give yourself 1 point for it because it was a main event.
Oh,
Isn't
thanks.
that all out?
Yeah, no, I'll take that. No, I will fucking take that. Don't take all that long. Double or nothing. Main event, I went Punk versus Danielson. Jaxie,
I went the Elite versus Undisputed Era.
I'm pretty sure that's an event. Monty
No.
MJF and Hangman.
and Gina.
Which one is this? A double or nothing one?
Yeah.
I put Hangman versus Adam. Hangman versus Adam. I put Hangman Page versus CM Punk.
That did happen, though, didn't it, at that event?
That did happen, but I don't know if it was a double or nothing main event.
Hang on.
Yeah, I don't know if that's all out or double or nothing.
Whilst we between
No, all out is
ourselves,
Moxley. It
double
might
or
be
no-
double or nothing.
Double or nothing, the main
I think
event.
it was all out.
The double or nothing main event was CM Punk defeating Hangman Adam Page. So that is 2 points,
Okay.
Gina.
There you go.
Nice.
All out. Oh, Monty, we found out we're shit at this game.
I think I knew it when I submitted it, but yeah, now it's just being hammered repeatedly every pick. You suck. You suck. You suck.
It's like being a Kurt Angle entrance. All out.
Yeah.
All out main event. Gina.
All out main event. I had Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa.
All out was Moxley. Monty, who you said?
Yeah. Oh, I'm wrong. I was on the Hangman thing again. So Hangman Omega. That's what I put.
Jaxie.
This for all out, right?
Yep.
I put Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa.
I put MGF versus Punk, and then the Full Gear main event, I put Allen versus MJF. So I suppose that's where Darby was going to win the AEW title in my mind. Jaxie, what about you for Full Gear?
I put Hangman Page versus CM Punk.
Which was an event, so that wasn't that event, but it
Yay.
was at a pay.
Oh,
Okay.
yay.
Yeah,
I'll
still
take
a
that.
main event. So yeah, that time.
Yeah. Monty, what about you?
I don't know if this happened in a main event, but I know it happened. But I put Hangman and Adam Cole.
That now you're testing my AEW knowledge. If
Yeah,
only
that's
there
what
was
I'm saying. I
If
can't
only
really
there was
remember
that you could look at or some sort of machine. Paige beat Adam Cole in the main event of
Sweet.
Nice.
Gina. What about you?
Something.
I have Brian Danielson versus CM Punk.
AEW surprise return. Jaxie.
Oh, I put Lance Archer.
We'll come back to that. Monty, what did you put?
So I was wrong on the first name, but I did put Ember Moon. But I also put Wyndham.
Gina. Gina, what about you?
Return. I put John Moxley, but was he out?
I don't know.
Remember? Wait, this John Moxley.
I put Christopher Daniels, and I'm not even sure he did show back up.
I mean, Moxley did go on a sabbatical for his problems, but I don't know when that happened.
Do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do? It's going to be easier. Points all round. Points all round for everybody. There we go. We'll move on. We got this. We got that. We're ripping
John
down.
Moxley is at rehab in January. So yeah.
Well, surprise wrestler league. Gina, who's your surprise wrestler?
Brian King.
I don't know. Who else put? Monty, who did you put?
I mean, I know he's still there. I see him out every week. Jericho.
Jaxie, who did you put?
No, I also put Brian Cage.
And I put Wardlow, so no points for anybody.
Not on that
points.
one.
No points for anybody. All right, so that is it for AEW. So whilst you talk amongst yourselves, I'll have a look.
It was
MJF.
quite interesting to. It was quite interesting.
You gotta get the J site going.
I'm really looking forward to actually seeing our picks for this time next year.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah, again.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do. So I bow down to this performance. This is crazy because I don't know how you could
I
have.
mean, I really
It's like-
don't know.
I
Really don't.
I'm not just saying this, but I've done this on the pod for 7 years. Like I said, I won 4 And no one's ever done as well as you. See, and that's not me blowing smoke. I don't know how you've done it, but no one has literally the amount of New Year's. I know I've talked to Sup a lot. The amount of New Year's sat here in silence because no one's got any points. Like, honestly, it's. Don't get me wrong, I'm annoyed, but again, it's very, very. So at this moment in time, the scores, and Monty, I'm not going to say you're out, but you're going to need to get all the Impact, all the New Japan, and all the bonus prediction right to draw at this moment in time. You're on 29 points. Gina, you're on 31. 10 points ahead of that, and Jaxie's 4 points ahead on 45. At this moment in time. Now, when you looked at that, Jaxie's on 45 now. It's like Eurovision with the judges' votes. We never had a chance, but who knows? So at this moment, I have to turn the page. So like I said, Monty's on 29. Gina, as we move over to Impact, Jaxie, who is the Impact World Heavyweight Champion?
Josh Alexander.
Yeah, he fucking. So.
Are you?
Oh my actual fucking god! I'm gonna start now and say ever with.
That is, listen, that is the WWE Universal Champion, the AEW Champion, the NXT Champion, and the Impact World Heavyweight Champion. You've got right.
I mean, that's a record that I don't think anyone's going to beat. Like, let's see this time next year and see if anyone gets all champions right, like I just did. It's just a shame I didn't get all the women's champions right.
Yes.
That would have been a full, complete power. Imagine it.
Sexist. So, Monty, who's your Impact World Champion? The problem is, Monty, I did freeze your once, and I know with Impact you didn't try that hard.
I did not try. So it's coming back to bite me. But I did say Josh Alexander, so I was smart enough to go with Josh.
I also said Josh Alexander there. Gina, what about you?
Brian Myers. How do you say his name? Brian Myers.
Brian Myers, the former Kurt Hawkins, or the former Kurt Herkin. So none there. Impact Women's Champion. Monty, what about you?
Again, I was going with the people who I actually knew. So Jordan Grace, the Juggernaut, she is the Women's Champion. So I'm happy that I called that.
The comeback's on here.
No, hold it down. No. It's about to get bad.
Jaxie, did you put Grace as well?
What championship is this? Is this the Knockouts one?
Yeah.
No, I put Chelsea Green.
I can say that now. You're 28 points ahead. Gina, what about you?
Gail Kim.
Retired like 3 years ago. But again, I understand. I did say Jordan Grace as well. X Division Champion. I'm annoyed at this. Ace Austin I went for. It is not at this moment in time. Jaxie?
Which title is this?
X Division.
I put Ace Austin.
Don't start saying that. We'll get people emailing in. Dream match for Jack Austin versus Austin Theory. With Stone Cold Steve Austin, a special guest ref. Monty, what about you, X Division?
I put Trey Miguel.
In there. There you go. The 3 top titles, 3 top champions. Well done. Gina.
And I watched that show the least.
Yeah, you watched One Bound for Glory, and now you're
yes, one show.
I didn't put a guess because I had no idea what this was, so I just put, I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, that almost deserves a point for your honesty. We can't do it. Tag team champions. Monty, who have you gone for?
Mine should count, but I understand if you're not taking it. I put anybody but the Good Bros.
Well, I would offer you a point, but I think that'd be a bit unfair considering you've got 6 in the last 3. I think we'll leave that for now. Gina, what about you? Who's your tag team for Impact?
Somebody called Fin Juice.
Fair play at the time, I guess.
I had no idea who any of these people were.
That's David Finley and Juice Robinson.
They were a good tag team. They were.
Yeah. I also put Finn Juice. So
before they turned on each other, fair enough.
I put Eddie Edwards and Sammy Callahan. They turned on each other in the first month. Digital media champion. I put Tenille Jackson.
I put Diana Peraza.
Monty, what about you?
I'm glad you guys tried. I just said, who cares?
Well, that could be a point. Gina, what about you?
Which one?
Digital media.
Oh, I don't know what this is.
And finally, the Bound for Glory main event. Jaxie, what was your Bound for Glory main event?
For
Moss End versus Josh Alexander. I have no idea.
It's funny.
That's what I've got. That's what I've got. I think I've clearly like had a like autocorrect. Moose.
Moose.
It autocorrected it.
Moose.
Oh my god. Monty, what about you?
Mine funny in hindsight, but it ain't nothing like that. I said Jonah versus Josh Alexander.
Excuse me, Gina.
Well, I thought the BFG main event stood for like the Big Friendly Giant main event, and I went with Miguel to Hikaleo.
Do you know what's funny? I watch Impact. I've watched it for 2 years, and I put Alexander versus Titan. I have no idea who Titan is. I forgot fucking. Who the fuck is Titan?
Like auto-corrected Moose to Moose End now. Like, what the hell? Who's Titan?
Titan versus Moss End. Well, that worked well. The Jesus Christ, in a stroke then. Right, so let me work this out. Gina, unfortunately, on 31. 6 points there, Monty, so you've jumped to 45. I'm on 45 now, which was the same as Jackson, but she did get the impact well right. 7. Whoa, that's close now, isn't it?
Wow.
I'm back in the game.
Sweet.
It all comes out. I'm going to get crushed before the end. So we move on. And, of course, the deity of New Japan, Monty. So he should get all of these right. So IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Monty.
This was not unbiased. I just tell you that right there. And that's just all I said. I put Naito. He's not the champion. He lost the most he ever had in his career this year. So, yeah, just screw me.
Right. Gina, who is your New Japan World Champion?
Is this the IGWP World one?
Yes.
I'm
Fred Ross. That's...
I mean, of New Japan, okay? I hadn't watched any New Japan at this point.
Just think, the Gina who feels he's in this year is a different Gina from the one from last
right?
year. All right, let's not forget.
Oh, it's going to be way, right?
Oh, Jesus. Jaxie, who have you gone for the world?
Okay, you have to remember that I had not watched any G1 at this point either. This is not fair. I put Takahashi.
Fair enough.
The wrong move.
I know. Don't.
I've gone. I went Will Ospreay, which wasn't a bad guess, actually.
Okay.
US champion Moxley, but again, we're getting you probably the only one. Jaxie, US champ.
I just put John Moxley.
Monty.
So this is me knowing too much and thinking I figured it out because I knew Katsuya Shibata wanted to wrestle in America. I already knew it. So I was like, he's gonna come back to New Japan, he's gonna take the US title, and then he's gonna go to AEW. He just forgot all about New Japan pretty much this year. So yeah, I was wrong. I said Shibata.
Gina, you.
I have Kenta written down.
Strong open weight. Again, this is a little bit unfair because obviously watching Strong. So Jaxie, what about you? Strong open weight.
I actually put Kenta.
Monty.
I was just like you, man. You remember you said you thought this guy was gonna have a big year, so I had put Alex Coughlin.
You know what? Do you know how surprised I was that I hadn't put him? I'm sure I've done that. Gina, what about you for strong champion?
Wait, who did Monty say?
Alex Coughlin.
What is he related to that Mark Coffey, who I said?
Not Coffee, Coughlin.
Coughlin.
Alex Coughlin.
Coughlin.
I have written down for the strong open weight Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, Kota Ibushi.
Yeah. Okay.
I put Fred Rosser. I did put Freddie.
Good shit.
Very
Ow.
pleased with
Good shit.
Yeah. Well, watching it for a year and a half has paid off. Might be single, but I know who will be the strong openweight champion at the end of the year. Come on, ladies. Come on. Tag team champions. I just went Zack Sabre Jr. and his partner. That was before. That was before Monty. I didn't know.
Poor Tai Chi.
Yeah, I didn't know. I know he sings now and all. No. Jaxie, what about you, tag team?
I went past.
No, they are one day we are going to have like a tag team called Pass, or Vacant, or something.
Vacant. Yeah.
See, what about you?
Yeah, obviously, I was thinking that Tama would still be in the tag team with his brother, so I put God. But yeah, you guys know how that turned out.
Yeah, it's you taught us. Gina, who is the tag champion?
Don't ask me why I put these two. Clearly, I was just naming names, so I just went with Sho and Shingo Takagi.
No, that's fine. That's it. And well, I'm quite impressed. I put the G1 Climax winner. I haven't put the right answer, but I'm glad I put that because we actually did watch it throughout the year.
Right.
I put Shingo. Gina, who's your G1 Climax?
Yuya Yamura.
Yep, is a wrestler. Let's get there.
He's an Impact now.
Yeah, he is an Impact. He teamed up with Delirious, actually. If you know Delirious, you know how much. Monty, what about you for your G1 Climax? Considering a hard New Japan, you know everything that's going to happen in New Japan.
Don't build me up like that. You know what's coming. That's why you're doing it. Anyway, I thought, that Jeff Cobb had big things coming, so I thought he would be the second foreigner to win the G1. Thought it'd be Jeff Cobb.
Close, but no Cobb, I suppose. Jaxie, who was your G1 winner?
I put Will Ospreay.
I thought you were going to Kazu Chika. Okada.
Yeah.
Okada.
This was before I saw him in person and then fell in love.
Thanks. So anyway, last New Japan question. Wrestle Kingdom 17 main event. I went for Shingo versus Will Ospreay because I thought Shingo would win the G1, be champion. Jaxie, what about you?
I didn't actually put a match. I just put one name, and that was Minoru Suzuki. I don't know what. I don't know what.
Monty, did he main event against himself? I don't know. We'll have to check.
I'm sure that did not happen.
I really don't know why.
Monty, what about you?
Again, going with my earlier theme of being the fanboy that I am, I thought Naito would be champion, and he was still feuding with Jeff Cobb at the time. I said, why not do it at Wrestle Kingdom? Yeah, it didn't go that way.
And Gina, to end her New Japan, who's the Wrestle Kingdom main event?
Okada versus Shibata.
Well, Okada was a part
Would
of
not
it.
love this, by the way.
Yeah,
he will.
Yeah. So that is it for the New Japan
Back
scores.
to Japan, please, Shibata.
Well, we didn't do that well at New Japan, but if my maths is correct, which again is the 2 points I got from Fred Ross at this moment in Gina, Monty, Jackson 40, we are both logged on 47.
That is bullshit. That is such bullshit. Take away that you need to take away that point that you gave yourself earlier that made no fucking sense. You literally are just trying your hardest to stop me from winning this. Like, this is absolute bullshit. This is controversy over here. I'm not.
Whoa!
We got 5 more predictions, man.
Keep your hating at the door. Like I said, I guess Jaxie's not done that well on bonus predictions. I don't know. But we are level now as we head into the last 5 bonus of the year. Like I said, 2 points for each one. This is what it all comes down to. The whole year comes down. So, Monty, start us off. What is one of your bonus?
Okay, so I don't really. Okay, yeah. So my very first prediction I wrote down, and James, you can attest to this. I said Paige will appear in AEW and possibly return to wrestling. And I know possibly he is there, but come on, give me that.
Yep, I will take that. There's 2 points there. That is fine. Gina, what's your first bonus?
My bonus prediction. Let me see.
You should have 5.
Oh, okay. yeah, Roderick Strong will complete the Undisputed Era on AEW.
Jaxie, what about you?
Yeah, I did Sting and Darby Allin win the tag title.
I put Impact and New Japan put a super. Now, why did I not put AEW? Too smart for my own fucking
AEW,
good.
right?
Yeah, I know. Too smart for my own good there. It's just, God damn it. Next one, AEW announced stadium show with 50K plus. Again, Jaxie.
I put Braun Breaker debuts on the main roster for WWE. No.
Monty.
This one I don't know how to quantify. I think it's a no-brainer, but I understand you can argue this. But I put Carmelo Hayes will be the biggest star in NXT 2.0, and so yeah, that's what I said. But I don't know. If you don't want to count it, that's fine.
Well, it's down to Gina. Cause,
I don't watch NXT because I don't watch it enough to know if that's true or not. So I'd leave that up to you, James.
Well, Gina, it's going to affect you points because Monty's going to go ahead of you. Do you mind me giving him a point for that?
No, go for it.
Gina, what about Gina, what about you for another bonus?
My next one, which I am definitely claiming the point for, is John Moxley will return to AEW.
Yeah.
Right, on to the third one. Monty, why don't you
This one is where I kind of got off the rails. So it obviously didn't happen. I don't know if it even will happen when it happens, but Roman Reigns will leave wrestling out for a while after he loses the title. So, yeah. I said after he loses the title, he's going to leave for a while. That's crazy.
So why did you pick him to beat McIntyre at the Clash? Don't make any sense.
Did you see the booking at the time? Don't be mad because I got one over on you, James. Just mad because I won the WWE league. He just hurt. Yeah, he just hurt. I won the league, James. Get over it. That's the only thing I can hold on to right now. You see what's going on today.
Jaxie, what about you? Third bonus prediction. None right at the moment.
I said Kenny and the Elite will turn face, which they have. So I get a point for that.
Sweet.
Have they turned face?
I mean,
yeah, because Death Triangle.
Have they?
Have they?
Death Triangle are like the heels. Like they've been like.
Are they?
Are they?
No, they've been cheating throughout this whole thing. No.
Really?
I mean,
Really?
Fantastic assholes.
I thought
It seemed like he was
I
in
mean,
Chicago.
So.
Well, I mean,
I agree with that. I feel that the Elite have gone face, and that's my personal opinion. So I guess it's up to you two.
I don't mind giving you 1 point. I'll give you a point then, but I don't think they're fully face.
Okay.
Don Callis is still around, so. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like they're
Jaxie from accusing
tweeners,
us from cheating.
They're definitely tweeners, bro.
Well, I mean,
Give them the
again,
point.
like
Give them a point.
this could be just my opinion. I mean, I just kind of like presumed throughout this whole Best of 7 series, because of the Death Triangle being using dirty tactics, I just kind of automatically figured that they had gone sort of heel and Elite have gone face. But if I'm wrong in that, then also correct me. I'm not going to argue on this.
No, I would say it's like if it's a matter of an opinion, I don't think it would be like 2 points for full, but a point. Because like I said, you see them as faces. I assume a point would be fair. Gina, what about you? Third bonus.
I've put WWE will do more superstar cuts, which they did in 2020. To include Mandy Rose.
Yeah, Mandy
they
Rose.
Did it.
Yeah.
Got like NXT wrestlers in the Nigel McGuinness and Jimmy.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? No.
I don't know why I didn't think that's such a good one.
Right, my one is NXT UK has a takeover, and as we spoke about earlier, their last show, Worlds Collide. That's got to be.
Oh, okay.
All right, next one. Jaxie, what's your...
So I put AEW will come to the UK, but can I not get half a point because they announced that they're coming?
Yeah, I'll give you 1 point because they're coming to the UK. But like I said, that's fair. That's fair. Monty, I'm a kind man.
I said CM Punk will turn heel, which he did. So just cut it off right there. I'm not gonna finish whatever else I put there.
Give me 2 points if you put CM Punk turn heel. Gina,
I said Vince McMahon will retire.
Who did?
I
What, your,
did.
your bonus prediction?
Wow.
No, it's fucking not. Your bonus.
Yeah, I've got Vince McMahon will
Bow down.
retire.
I'm
Wow, fucking fair
They
play.
both can win.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Let 'em-
Wow.
Yeah, fair
That's
fucking
it.
play. Fair play. That's you actually fucking. That's incredible. That is incredible.
G-Site is back.
Fourth, like that.
I put for my fourth one, the bank Money in the Bank winner cashed in before Survivor Series.
When did Theory cash in?
He
Theory
cashed it. Yeah, he cashed in before Survivor Series. Like, I think we'll all
Yes, he
agree.
did. Yes, he did.
Fair play.
So
Good job.
Everybody, just do that next year. Just either he'll cash it in before Survivor Series.
Before, yeah.
We get 2
A late
points.
pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Good job.
Finally, at the 5th prediction of the year, bonus. Gina, why don't you start us off?
Okay, I got this one right as well. I put Paul Heyman will turn on Brock again.
Wow. So you got 4 out of 5 predictions.
Wow.
Right. You got 4 out of 5 predictions. Right
Wow.
Oh,
there.
salute.
That's crazy. Monty, what about you?
Incredible. I was definitely reading this back now. Like, why the hell did I sound so confident when I put this down? Said AJ Styles will win a world title again before 2022 is over.
Oh.
So I'm confident in that. It didn't happen.
Oh.
Right, Jaxie, you need this right to still be in this right now.
Right. I feel like we need to have a discussion about this because this is what I've put for my final answer.
Okay.
Tony Storm, Ember Moon, Marina Shafir, and Keith Lee will debut in AEW.
Fucking hell. How many did you put?
8 points.
So that is like
8
Tony
points.
Storm 1, Ember Moon, Marina Shafir, and Keith Lee. That's 4 predictions I got right at debuting in AEW.
But
I
it's-
feel like I should get 2 points for each.
No, you don't get 2 points for it.
Nah,
if you wanted to do that,
That
put
shit is
Keith
crazy.
Lee debuts and then put Marina Shafir and then put them in a line of 5, that's fine. But if only one, I can't say. Even though it's
No,
great
that's not fair. I
guessing.
feel like I should at least get 1 point for each. So I should get 4 points for that.
Well, no, it's only 2 points for the correct answer, and that is only one question. Like I said, I don't want to be that guy.
Not fair. No.
Oh, no, he definitely
You know,
was.
that's not fair because those predictions were spot on there, and I think that I deserve the points.
Well, that's it. You do get 2 points for that because it
That's
is the correct
crazy.
one. But
It should be 4 though.
well, next time you know what to do properly, won't you? Put them out separate ones rather than one. You see
I
what
feel like
happens?
the football
Hashtag justice for
club at the
Jaxie.
bottom of the
Hashtag
league.
justice for Jaxie here.
Well, that said, 2 points for that. I'm not going to go any higher. So at this moment in time, that
Drum roll, please.
yeah, I'm getting so confused. And at this moment, oh my shit, 50. Moment in time, it is 39 to Gina, 40 to Monty, 51 to Jackson, 51 to James, with one
King and Queen.
bonus.
Oh, okay. So this is, oh man, it's clutch.
Here we go.
What you got, James?
I'm never going to hear the end of this from Jaxie. I know I'm not, but
Unload.
Raquel Gonzalez debuts on the main roster and wins a title.
That's fucking bullshit.
That 1 point. Get that 1 point.
No, that is...
Or is that 2?
Had to.
That's 2?
You just had to. I feel like you just... Nah, I feel
Oh,
like
no,
this was
she-
a fix,
oh,
guys.
God.
Gonzalez, I honestly looked
Such-
earlier, and thanks to Nymph, Elia,
Oh,
And
yeah,
that
they did win
forgettable-
the title.
Rain.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
So,
I'm pissed.
2 points.
I'm pissed. I stole them for me.
so she had it. She had it all in the palm of her hand. But it means that the final scores for year-end prediction, considering we started, it was Gina on 16, Jaxie on 18, Monty on 25. It ends Gina on 39, Monty on 40, Jaxie 51, and I do win the year-end prediction. And now, no arguments. Jaxie, you pushed me really hard towards the end. Fair play.
Yeah.
I know you're angry.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Well, just have to see how
I did
things go
agree.
next year. I do feel like I've just had this win stolen from me, if I'm truly honest. But we'll see. Hashtag justice for Jackson.
Gina, how did you feel And the predictions in general.
Like, my predictions were pretty good for considering how long I've done this for. So I'm happy to be at the bottom because I still think I got more points than I expected to.
Oh, yeah, but it's only... I mean, you were on 16, you're now on 39, so you've just added enough to that as well. Let's not forget you predicted Vince McMahon retired, and no one else did. Monty, what about you? Are you thinking you're not going to fantasy book it as much next year?
No, it's probably still going to sound a little bit like this. It's hard. It is crazy. Like, that's why I'm impressed by everything you guys did. Like, me too. For the little bit I got right, I was impressed that I was thinking forward enough to say Paige was coming back or something like that. So, yeah, no. I'm just you don't understand how surprised I am to get any of this right because I was just doing the best I can, and like Jackson mentioned earlier, a lot of guessing comes into play. But man, this was fun as hell, though. I say that.
And Jaxie, and again, the best anybody has ever done year-end predictions. What happened to you? And I'll tell you now, is the AEW pay-per-view prediction. You know, that's all it takes. You would have won that, and you would have had the 2 points that would have led you to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a bit bittersweet, but I mean, I'm on the right track, so who knows? Maybe I'll come out on top next time.
Well, I'm surprised. I managed to put it back, but don't worry, I will look over this again to make sure. But that is the closest this ever has. So I know that use the hatred for me inside to will yourself on the following year to beat me up.
It will just forever be there. Like, there's going to be constant competition, whether or not it was Gina or Monty who would win it.
Yeah, but like I said, this year with the WWE Pay-Per-View League, Prediction League, and guys, now you know how important the Rumble mini games, because that's where I had the lead for the bonus points at the start of last year, or this year as it was now. Again,
yeah, that's what I learned. Bonus points matter, man.
Yeah.
Bonus points. I was trying to win those leagues, but those bonus points came back to bite me.
But I hope we have all enjoyed it. I know there's a kind of disappointment ending for especially again. I hope I'll up to doing it for a year with all these for this moment.
I mean, I think we all had some pretty good predictions that came out to be true. So we all did kind of well in terms of, you know, like making our guesses. So it just makes it even more interesting to see what we're going to come up with for the next year.
So that is it. Don't forget, across all social media, Twitter at the WNR Podcast. I'm at the WNR. I can find the WNR team on the Twitter banner. Monty, where can people find you?
Like you said, on the Twitter banner or at Mind Monty Pod, Monty Pod. Or you can go to YouTube at Mind of Monty. I am going to be putting out my predictions for Wrestle Kingdom before the 4th. So I don't know exactly when. I'm trying to do it tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, so look out for that. And yeah, subscribe to YouTube and hit me up.
Yeah, and Jackson, where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm across both Twitter and Instagram at Jaxie.
And Gina, what about you?
Find me at Purple Pain.
WNR also on Facebook and Instagram. Google platforms, send us an email at WNRpodcast at gmail.com. YouTube, WNR Podcast, where we release clips. Podcasts at the same time on YouTube, SoundCloud, on your phone. Also Spotify and iTunes, where you can download, rate, and there. So that is it. We start the year with a bang next week, because it is going to be Wrestle Kingdom 17. I know how exciting you are, Monty. And Jaxie, revenge is a dish best served cold. Be doing Wrestle, and it will be bonus points, so make sure you can. But that is it for now. I have been James, joined by the fantastic Jaxie Scarlett. Thank you very much for joining me, Jaxie.
Thank you. It's been fun. And until the next one, which is next week.
Yeah, we've got to wait a whole year. We won't do this until next year now, guys. Oh, my word.
Yeah. Wrestle Kingdom's next week.
Yeah, right out. The mind of Monty. Monty, can you believe we're going to do a Wrestle Kingdom?
I can believe it. You know, I can actually believe it. And can you believe that I'm going to preview it and probably review it more than once? So I'm going to watch it. So, yeah, I love Wrestle Kingdom. So let's do it.
And the genius of Gina. Gina, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed your first official year on the WNR podcast.
Yeah, it's been great fun, and I hope everybody else has enjoyed, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Yeah, well, thanks for listening, everybody. And like I said, have a happy new year. And let's hope 2023 treats us better than 2022. In my case, you wouldn't want anything to change. You're on top of the mountain, But for how long? Well, till next week. Well, thanks, bye.